Little Pilgrim's Progress, Part 2, Chapter 69, The Dark Valley. "Where did Self meet Christian?" asked James. "Shall we see the very place?" "We shall come to it presently," replied Greatheart. "Self often meets pilgrims in that part of the valley. It is called Forgetful Green." "Why?" asked Mercy. "Because when pilgrims have been staying at the Palace Beautiful and are walking along this pleasant path, they often forget that the way of the king is not all smooth and easy, and they begin to think that all dangers are past." "Did Christian forget?" "I think he did, but you know he loved the king dearly, and he would not let Self persuade him to give up his journey." It was not long before they reached the place where the battle was fought, and Greatheart told the story over again. For the boys loved to hear of little Christian's bravery and how wonderfully the king had helped him to overcome his enemy. Greatheart also showed them the rock by which the little wounded soldier had rested after the battle, and he told them of the beautiful dream that had comforted him so much. The little pilgrims were now drawing near to the entrance of that dark valley. You remember, Christian had to pass through that terrible place in the night. It was now early in the afternoon, and Greatheart hoped that he would be able to guide the children safely over the worst part before the darkness fell upon them. It was always gloomy in the dark valley, for the rocks were high and leaned toward each other, so that the sun could never shine upon the path below. Greatheart looked at the children as they drew closer to him. Mercy held Christiana's hand, and her lips were trembling. But Christiana pointed to the anchor that she wore upon her breast, and though their faces were pale, Greatheart knew that they were both thinking of the king, and that they would follow him bravely through the terrors of the valley. James and Joseph were in great fear. The strange noises among the rocks and the dimness of the light frightened them more than the sight of the narrow, dangerous pathway. But Matthew made them walk before him and did his best to cheer and encourage them. "Follow me carefully," said Greatheart, "and do not tremble, or you will miss your footing. Remember that the Shining Ones are near, though you cannot see them, and if you trust in the king, the wicked prince and his servants cannot harm you." But poor little James had not gone very far before his feet suddenly slipped, and he would have fallen if Matthew had not caught him in his arms. Greatheart stepped back, stooped down, and lifted the rabbit onto his knee. Christiana looked anxiously into his face, for she feared that someone had hurt him. "He is only faint," said Greatheart. "If you will give him a little of Skill's medicine, he will soon revive." The medicine was not nice, but Christiana persuaded her brother to take it, and presently he opened his eyes and began to feel better. "I was frightened," he said. "I thought I saw horrible things. Will the king be angry?" "No," replied Greatheart. "He knows how terrible this valley is, and that you are only a little boy."